This is bigger than race. Okay. So one of the things that just burns me up, right, very passionate about is when we stop, especially when I have to talk on, companies will ask me to talk on this conversation. And I'm like, are you asking me to talk on this conversation because I'm black? Are you asking me to have, I'm just very, I can be, I'm a CEO. So I can be blunt like that. Are you asking me to have this conversation because I'm black? Or are you asking me to have this conversation because you really won't? Because if it's the latter, we can really have this conversation, right? And so when we talk about diversity and we stop at race, I think we do the conversation injustice. We are diverse in so many different ways than just our ethnic background, right? We're diverse in experience. We're diverse in education. You can take two Juanitas, right, that are African American and put them in the same room and they probably have two different stories, two different backgrounds of how they got there. So guess what? Our perspectives are going to be different. What we add to the table are going to be different. What we add to the conversation is going to be different. And so when we talk about diversity, we're just level setting here. What are we talking about? We're talking about making sure that there is a difference. I don't want to go to the boardroom and see all black people. That's not what I want to see. Okay. So when we talk about diversity, just because they all black, that's not a good thing. Okay. I don't want them to be all white either. I don't want them to be all Hispanic. Right? I want there to be a difference because you see, there are companies that only have the same thing in their boardrooms, making all of these decisions. And then it comes out to a product and then it have a monkey on the shirt. And you're like, how that happen? How y'all let that pass? Well, because they had no diversity in their boardroom. Because if they would have had a sister in the boardroom, they would have been like, no, we can't let that go out of them. We can't let that come out. That's not gonna fly, okay? As cute as monkeys is, we're not putting that on no shirt, okay? All right, so diversity is really important. Equity, making sure, that we have not only a seat at the table, but we're being heard at the table, right? Making sure that the environment is equitable for everybody that is there, okay? There is an image, and you probably have already seen this image, where there is a fence, okay? And then there's these boxes, right? And there's a little child that's standing there, and there's one that's not on a box. It's a grown man who's standing there. He can see over the fence because he's tall enough to see over the fence, right? Then you have one that's on a box, but the box isn't high enough for him to see over the fence. And then you have another one with a box, but it's still not high enough. And so people are saying, well, give them more boxes. Well, equity really says, why do we need the fence in the first place? That's truly what equity is about. Just remove the fence. Is there a safety reason for us to have this fence here? Right? Just remove the fence. Equity.